Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Crypto Casual. Appreciate you showing up. It's always my pleasure to be here with you and sort of give you a casual view of the crypto sphere and all what's going on in that, and maybe even a little extra. Um, you call it spirituality or whatever you want to call it. I call it esoteric. It's just the energy of the universe. But I definitely appreciate you showing up. Let's get on with it. So basically, I'm here to share with you financial and life strategies, and we're going to do this through personal growth frameworks. And then we're going to look at how to grow your esoteric inner wealth as well as your outer exoteric wealth. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, for those who've joined me new, I can go over this, and then those who have already been watching this channel, just move ahead to the frame you want and go on forward. But for those it's the first time, we definitely I look at Bitcoin as an electrical binary system, just like on your battery in your car. There's a plus and a minus on your battery, and those are symbols or indicators to allow us to synchronize in a healthy circuit to recharge and alternate our energy so that it continually recharges itself. And what that is in the human sense is electricity, your body. It's biochemical, biomechanical, and bioelectrical. The electricity determines the chemicals determine the mechanical. So basically, in an esoteric perspective, Bitcoin is a higher vibrating manifestation of the new currency coming in. And yes, we have cryptocurrency. It is a currency in electricity. It's electromagnetic. It attracts people, places, and things to it. Those who need guidance getting out of their enslavement, financial systems, and religious systems, and whatever system you may think you are a part of that you think you can't get out of, be it traditional marriages, relationships, businesses, jobs, whatever this may be for you. Uh, there's a pull within you to individualize, to individuate from the collective unconscious and go into a collective individuated consciousness. And Bitcoin is that. It is 2.0 consciousness. It is a higher vibration. And the first manifestation to come out of this higher vibration is wealth, electrical wealth. And so for me, this new electrical wealth is what I'm calling Homo luminous. It is a new higher frequencies of the human being. And so by understanding sort of what this esoterinity of consciousness is, which is just electricity or cosmic fire, the physical form that we can use but yet is also binary in a supernatural way is Bitcoin. And then there's this holistic you, which is a multi-dimensional you. You're just not one dimension. Some people believe we're going on the 5D, 5 dimension and whatnot. That's all great, but really no one has any clue about it. They can get downloads from their angelic gurus, their aliens, their gods, their angels, their guardians, their guides, whatever they want to call them. Ultimately, it's just you who's coming up with this, who's tapped in to the universe. I can listen to the radio all day to a person who doesn't have a radio, and I can say, hey, I know this is going to happen in the world today. Why? Because I heard it before they did. It makes me look supernatural, but it's not, guys. The supernatural is just electricity. It is not a romantic spirituality in one sense. Sure, you can worship it that way. Feel free to do whatever you want. It's your life. It's your perspective. But from my perspective, and understanding the crypto sphere and the cryptocurrency in Bitcoin is just binary, true consciousness. And that's what Bitcoin is for me, amongst many things. So once you understand the holistic you are a part of everything, yet individually, uniquely conscious of it all. Yes, and some of this is going to be controversial for you. Yes, it's going to make you say, what the hell is this guy talking about? What does he know? I know absolutely nothing, guys. What I can do is just take from what I've experienced in my life and share with you, and for those who may be on a similar path, some of this information can help you. But I'm not here to be your guru. I'm not here to be your financial advisor. I don't give financial advice or spiritual advice. I give information, guys, and it's up to you as an individual, as a responsible person, to take responsibility for your thoughts, actions, and emotions. They're not mine, they're yours. However you want to think about anything, ask yourself, where did you get that information from, and why are you holding strong with it, be it religious, political, whatever. All right? So for those who are here today, charts and patterns is what we'll look at, news and definitions to help you understand the crypto lingo. We're going to then look in deeper into the esoteric behavioral framework of what's keeping you from being open-minded. Right? And we're going to look at some influencers, some books, and some moves that may help you out with that. And if you sort of looked at our topic of the day, this is episode 36, September 5th, 2021. Actually, let me change that date, guys. This is the 7th today, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I was going to put one out a couple days ago and I didn't. I got busy, family stuff, fun stuff. But this episode is the heart of BTC. What makes BTC beat? What makes you beat? Right? What is your beat? What is your rhythm? What is your rhyme? Right? And that's what we're going to look into today to help you understand and to get free from the enslavement of your mind. Right? If you will, right now, guys, do me a solid and tickle that robot, that AI that doesn't know what a key is, a button, enter key. It only knows an electrical charge, and when you hit this little electrical charge, it lights it, it laughs, and then it sends off by you ringing some bells, right, and then subscribing to this channel, right. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I know it's going to take a little bit. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But the more important issue is to present to you information that may help you make wiser decisions in your life. So let's go over here real quick to our news of the day. There's two of them, really. Today, September 7th, is known as Bitcoin Day. El Salvador just officially approved Bitcoin, and it just bought, I think, 300 more Bitcoin for its economy. It is a legal tender, the first country legally to make Bitcoin its tender, its legal tender. That means it's used everywhere within El Salvador now. Every merchant carries it. You don't have to pay with it. You can pay with the old dollars if you want, but you have the option now of paying with Bitcoin. And every citizen in El Salvador got $30 worth of Bitcoin. So I think that's pretty awesome. Another news here is that Texas, this is the Daily Hodl, cryptocurrencies gain legal status in Texas as new law takes effect. So they just voted on this a few days back. It was pretty overwhelming. It was 1576 and to 4,474 that passed the bill making crypto legal tender. So this is another state. Miami's one, Ohio, Colorado. There's a few other ones that I think that have already done. I just can't remember right now, but y'all can look that up. But yeah, the House bill adds a definition of terms of virtual currency into the state's uniform commercial code and sets the law that governs the business transactions in Texas. So basically, it is a medium of exchange, a unit of account, and or a store of value. It is often secured using the blockchain technology. So this is another win for crypto. Not that it's really a win, it's just the evolution of the new technology. People can believe it's a Ponzi, whatever, that's great, just as they did when the internet came about, or when the radio came about, or when the telegraph came about. There's always those, because there's a certain group of people who don't want you to know it because they're buying it all up from behind the scenes, and we know who we're talking about there. And then there are those who are just locked in their old ways. Their hearts are closed, it's hardened from their experience, and that's okay. But life moves on with you or without you, guys. And I was going to show you the chart today. All right. So what we're looking at here, I can see I'll blow it up a little bit. We had a nice big dip. We went from around 52.9 down to, what is that? I can't see. That's my measurement. Let me refresh my page. And that Bitcoin just took another big giant dip. We have powers to be out there, guys, who don't want El Salvador or Texas. We have a bunch of people behind the scenes trying to dump the price of Bitcoin. Yeah, it dropped a bunch more. So yeah, basically it's down to 46. We were at 52, so that's about a $60,000 or $6,000 drop within a short period, because you have a group of people who don't want Bitcoin to succeed, or they want to keep the price cheap. But as you can tell, when it dropped all the way down to 42. Jumped to 42, and now it's rising all the way back up to 46. So basically what this is a washout of hands of people who were in over leveraged, and so what it does, the market corrects itself, and you have a group of people who really come in here and really want to scorch the price out and get out the weak hands. And so you had a lot of people really buying a lot of cryptocurrencies, and especially the NFT world. They were spending a ton of money there, speculating on high prices, and anytime it gets too high like that, you're going to have this huge correction. So this is nothing new for Bitcoin. Big dips like this, you can see them all over the place. We go from a high all the way down to a low really quick. So we went high down to a low, high, and then down to another huge correction. And we're still within our box that I have drawn here, so I'm okay with this. You can draw this line on out, and you see that it hit perfectly right in our box. So yeah, and we corrected. That was a healthy correction. Those who are in longs or leveraging their money, they probably got liquidated here. So billions of dollars in liquidations, and that's why I don't recommend anyone, if you're just casual in your crypto, I don't recommend getting into trading. Too many people lose their shorts pretty fast. But this is a great buying opportunity for those who are in it. If we had a buy in at 42, we just got a nice scoop of Bitcoin at almost $10,000 cheaper. So yeah, that's your charts and patterns of the day. We were in this upper channel right here, as you saw. And it kept on going, and then we were either going to break up or we were going to break down, and we broke down. So yeah, that's a nice healthy correction. This one definitely caught people by surprise. But as you can tell, we've bottomed out here. Once we bottom out, there's only one way, and that's up. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a good idea of what's going on in the markets there. News of the day we already showed you, and then my pick of the day are these Dorcases, Dorcas.com NFT of the day. There are plenty of cryptos to pick from. There's just too many at this point. And as you can tell today, a lot of them have tanked at least 30, 40, 50% already, which is fine. It's normal for Bitcoin. Those who aren't used to Bitcoin going up and down and the whole market going up and down like this, it can be pretty shocking and emotional. And again, Bitcoin's electricity. You can get excited about electricity or not get excited about electricity. Electricity itself is excitation itself. So anyway, if you want to check out this new NFT, they're pretty cool. It's a whole it's a whole ecosphere. Beautiful drawing, beautiful art. Go to Dorcas.com and take a look at those guys. And if you're interested in buying them, you can get them on OpenSeas or Rarible or any other NFT trading place. All right, let's get into the esoteric thought of the day, guys. The heart of BTC takes courage. Right? What do I mean by that? It takes heart, and again, the root word to heart is courage. Look it up in the dictionary. It has a core, right? This can also be CORE, the core of who you are, your core of your body, right? Between your hips and your shoulder, your core. The core is also the sun, corona. It's light. There's a many words for it. I'm not going to go into all that, but you get my point. The root word to courage, though, or to heart, is courage, and that means to get out of your mind sometimes. And again, I don't have to go in or out of my mind when it comes to electricity. Right? Electricity has its own consciousness. Stick your finger in a socket. Not that I'm telling you to do so, but if you did, you'd find that you'd get shocked. So the same thing here is that in order to sometimes shock you out of your frame of mind, your present state that you don't desire, uh, because you're busy desiring a new state, but you don't know how to get there. Well, the path to get there is to open your heart. And we've talked about this many times on this channel, guys. But we're looking at it from the word courage today. And so it takes courage to get out of your old patterns, your old circumstances, your old relationships, and move on. It's difficult to move on because that's how our minds have set it to be difficult to move on. You can make it easy, that's fine, but I think with every new, with getting out of something old and going into something new, I think there's a transitional period which we are in right now in our consciousness. The new consciousness from 110 volts, if you will, up to 220, it takes a little transition to get up there to make sure all the circuitry, the emotions, the chemicals are all ready to take on higher electricity. And so right now you're being tested, if you will, or examined. I like examination. Our ions are being examined in our body to see if it can handle this higher frequency, to see if you're going to panic, if you're going to buy in or run into the arms of a religion or another belief system like the mask religion or green religion or science religion or religion. Right? A lot of people don't like what they're in, but they immediately just jump into another system that tells them what to do, how to be, when to do, and all that good stuff. But it takes a big heart, and it takes a lot of courage to individuate from a collective that you did not create, a relationship that no longer works. Right? We still love the people, and we'll always love them dearly, but it just doesn't work anymore on the same vibe. And so we have to leave that tribe and then go into a new one. And so during that transition, we become vulnerable and we become scared, and then we don't know what to do. And then we start praying out the things outside of ourselves. But really, if you look deep within, there's your heart. And that's the only thing that's going to get you through this. Yes, people and support systems help, yes, but they're secondary. But it takes you and the courage to step out of that, however that may look for you, or however you've experienced it in the past. But going out of where you were into something new does take courage, guys. Some for easy, it's just a hop and a skip, and others it's torture. And it takes years. But as long as the day after today is better than the day today, you'll always head toward the light, that corona within yourself. Cool? Yeah, I know I spelled that wrong. So when we have a lack of heart, and I'm not saying a disassociation, like I can look at electricity unemotionally. It's just electricity. Now I can add any stories of electricity. I can call it fire. I can call it a phoenix. I can call it a dragon out of the sky. I can call it anything. And give it emotions and stories and folklores and fear and hope. But that's not what I'm talking about, guys. A lack of heart is that it's apathy. It means you don't care about anyone else other than yourself. The opposite of that is empathy and sympathy and compassion. Well, people who have blocked their hearts, who have defended their hearts, that's what I'm calling a lack of heart. They're using defensiveness instead of using their vulnerability. And so Kierkegaard had a great quote that I just wanted to share, and that is, violence is a lack of courage. So anyone not having the courage to get out of their own self is going to lash out at other people because they're frustrated and angry with themselves because they're not taking the moves necessary to get out of their own drama. Cool? All right. So freedom is courage, guys. So when you finally have the courage, when you make that choice to get out of your current circumstances, it means you're free. Now, I'm going to jump over here to socialism, because socialism at its core, I forget who quoted this, but it says, socialism means that it's all right not to be me. So our government doesn't want you to be you. It wants you to listen to what they say. Religions want you to listen to what they say. Science says listen to what I say. Now, I'm not saying any of these are wrong or right, but you got to go in it with an individuated mind, an educated mind, and then make a decision based off of the information you gather. And then make a decision, decide what ionic path vibrates with you, right? And that's all any of us can do on this planet, right? Until we figure out, or we got a manual, or we get some god, demon, devil, demon, alien that comes to us and say, hey, here's the real truth, right? And still, even then, I'm going to discern and go, okay, what's your information? Share it with me. I get downloads all the time from out there information, but I don't give anyone more or less credence than any of the other informational sources that come through. Guys, it's their story, it's their perspective. Just because they're telling me their story and it sounds all woo-hooey, I'm not going to believe it. Because it's not to be disbelieved or believed. It's to be taken and looked at and observed and broken down and say, okay, I get this, I get this. Where can I extract the essence of that vibration that vibrates with me? And then I can take that and move on with my life and to help others. Right? So socialism it basically doesn't want you to have any of that. And the world's trying to go communistic right now, or they're trying to force communism on the world, and then the world will fight back, and then, of course, the powers that be already know this, that you'll fight back, and then they'll back you into socialism, and then you'll settle with socialism because it looks a whole lot better than communism. And so, in essence, they wanted you to be socialists anyway, so they're going to force the same thing they did during the World War II, during the Jim Crow laws. They're forcing that on people right now, and they know you're going to fight back eventually, and then they'll come out and say, okay, well, we'll settle, but we want your rights. We want access to your money and information, and then we won't take all your property from you. But socialism, basically, they're going to take all what you want, and that's why they say by 2030, the World Economic Forum says you won't own anything and you'll be happy. And we can look at that two different ways. One, I don't have anything really in my name anyway, so I'm pretty happy because I have no responsibilities of external things, a lot of external things. Minimally, I do. There's certain things I have, but if I lose them, that's great. If they go away, that's great. I can go get more, or I can change my life. You see what I'm saying? I'm not attached to these physical, tangible things because they are a byproduct of the supernatural internal energy. So I can manifest more and more if I want. But more things just becomes more responsibilities. And I like a nice casual life, a simple life. I don't want a million different things I have to ensure and keep an eye on all the time. So if a person over the years is still blaming, persecuting, or seeking a savior, again, government, religions, gurus, aliens, whatever, you're still a victim. And I'm not saying you personally, it's a general statement. The victim triangle, basically, guys, is that anytime you're looking for someone outside of you to save you, right? Is the green technology going to save you? Is the mask going to save you? Is the jab going to save you? Is the religions and their gods going to save you? So you're always seeking to find something to save you. How about you save yourself? How about have the courage to save yourself? Open your heart. That's what's going to save you. Cool? All right, a heart-based life is freedom, individuality, and sovereignty. So if you want to know how it feels to be free and not under anyone else's domain or control of your own health, wealth, and love, have the courage to step out, open your heart, and then feel how that feels, and then feel how it feels to be enslaved. And then you make your choice of what you want. And again, neither way is right or wrong. Whichever way works for you, guys. Let people be. Accept who you are with an open, undefended, ever-unfolding moment heart. That's courage. And if you have the courage to break out, I'm right here to support you in however I can, guys. Through this channel, bringing information to you. Once you understand your own internal health and wealth and love, then you can understand the external. Because it's just a manifestation of you. Right? My influence of the day, I brought up the Finding Oz book the other day, but I wanted to bring up the Wizard of Oz because it's all about intellects, finding your intellect, or tapping into it, I should say, finding your heart or tapping into your heart. And having that courage. So that's basically what the Wizard of Oz is saying, is that you have to have the courage, the heart, and the mind to get to the city of gold. And then normally with those three, you can see that behind the curtain is just an elitist group that's trying to control you and your thoughts and your emotions. So when you, this story is great because it helps you individuate. It helps you look at your journey and look at your path and look at your outcomes and see if you want to reproduce them or change them. And if you want to change them, it takes heart and it takes courage. Cool? All right, guys, that's about all I have for you today. I appreciate you hanging out and listening out to me rant and rave about my perspectives. And if you can, again, let's tickle those robots. Let that AI love our little likes, and then ring that notification bell if you like this content. And then definitely leave me comments, and I'll be happy to get back with you on those. And definitely subscribe to this channel. And again, I appreciate you showing up, guys. And we look forward to seeing you again. And stay casual.